Restarted.
No.
How is the sound now?
The stream. Oh, you are back.
Checka, checka, checka. 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 Great. Yeah.
Oh.
That is...
Things are back.
Yeah, not my favorite. Absolutely not my favorite.
It's going to go no video on Skype, though.
There's no video on Skype? That doesn't make any sense. It shows I'm streaming.
Very, very dark video. It's pitch black.
What?
I assume nothing being sent.
That's crazy. Let me switch to another scene here. To this. Still nothing being sent?
Maybe I'll hang up and redial you.
Hearing some reverb now. Oh my god. This is going to kill me.
So you have several Skypes there, don't you? So maybe you want to dial me back on the right one.
Yeah, I'll dial you back. Are you hanging up?
I'm going to hang up. You dial me.
Doing it.
I'm back.
Alright.
Sweet. We have video.
So the video is better now.
Video, I have good.
Okay.
Well. Interestingly, your... No, that's what that is exactly as this scene would be.
Stream is good too? Is the stream working?
When I last checked, it was good, and we heard comments that the sound was good. Great, in fact.
Okay, alright. Holy cow. Yeah, this is killing me because the problem seems to be between OBS and Twitch is where the problem seems to be. We've looked at this before, and hold on, let me initialize the data so we get these words. I think it's a general volume issue. Both you, Roy, and sound effects are loud. Both you, Roy, and sound effects are loud, but normally you are on the quiet side. I don't think it's that. When I've heard it, and I didn't hear it today, but when I saw the feedback, I was like, it sounds like you're underwater a little bit. There's kind of a pop, bubbling kind of sound. All the tests I've done on this is, hold on, I got distracted by a notice on the side of my screen there. All the tests I've done on this confirmed that the audio coming from Twitch Mix-In is actually good. I've used other apps to record while I was having the problem in the stream, and the other apps recorded fine. So it's crazy frustrating, and there's no sense of when exactly it repeats, what causes it. So
there is definitely an issue on the stream. It doesn't make you. We can hear you. Is not high. It's fuzzy.
Hold on,
it's like you're talking through something.
So
there is definitely an issue on the stream. It doesn't make you. We can hear you ask. The chat is not high. Is this Mark's voice, the music, my voice, or all of the above?
Check. I can drop my mic volume. Let's hear it again. Check, check, check. Let me listen to what I sound like here on the stream.
Not high. Is this Mark's voice, the music, my voice, or all of the above?
Check. I can drop my mic volume. Let's hear it again. Check, check, check. Let me listen to what I sound like here on the stream. That's better.
That sounds good.
Here on the stream. Let me mute that. All right. I think we're better. Voice sounds better. Lower the gain just as an experiment. Yeah. So where did I lower that? I lowered that here. Really
right, because in audio, when your gain is high enough, it starts to reach the upper limit of one of the pieces, and it breaks up. It's how you get distortion on the guitar.
Yeah, no, I get that. I see that. I get that. I'm just looking at my settings, and I'm not really seeing where that's happening in terms of visual indications for the meters. But I can certainly hear it. Sounds a bit hot. It's very good now since Codebase Alpha. Okay, so we're going to go with that for now. and we'll and thanks for your feedback, studio audience. So tomorrow, here's what we're talking about. Tomorrow,
yes.
I think Rory and I are gonna, take the leap. We're
going to use that brute force and ignorance and charge into Google API for the purposes of trying to read and possibly write to Google Sheets.
That's right. And once we do that, then the mean database programmers at school are going to no longer bully me because I will now be a database programmer. I won't tell them what my back end is. I might say Google Sheets like that, but as long as they don't know. As long as they see the app working, they'll be like, all right, you're one of us.
Well, it's very scalable. I mean, that's what people in databases like, right?
Okay, cool. Well, the thing I like about
Google scale quite well, from what I understand.
The thing I like about all the Google Docs and Google Sheets is the built-in version control. Pretty comfortable with that. It's not bad. It's not bad. So we're going to go do this. We're going to click this button tomorrow. We're going to go through and try and make it work. Today we're going to work on just some more D&D stuff. Roy's like, "What did you have planned for today?" And I'm like, like that.
Plan? What plan?
What you don't know can't kill you. Hey, welcome. I just want to say welcome to Deepwater. Jetsam. Jetsam's here too. Jetsam, we didn't see your flyby. I hope you came in, tried to come in under the radar.
We did. No, I see a comment up there. He was hiding.
He was hiding? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
No bugs here.
All right, good. I just want to make sure I don't have to, tweak or adjust anything. Let's see. Where is our good friend? Yeah. So I got a player out here named Cornelia Wicklespit. And I'm kind of just looking through. So one of the things I want to do is I want to use the rules engine we built. And I want to add some rules for either spells or for features and traits is what I want to do.
Okay.
So, you'd think I would have done this a little bit in advance. I'm like kind of thinking, let's start off easy. And so features and traits, druidic is a feature and trait.
Okay.
Let's kind of add that, is what I'm thinking. Let's add that to our logic and then implement the code needed to do it. So we'll start by going in here to Cornelia Wicklespit's features. Where is it? I was just on it. I passed it. There it is right there. And we're going to say druidic. Like that. Okay? Step one, not bad.
Yep.
Then I think in properties, my next stop is over on the properties page, where I'm going to add the property called druidic. And druidic is going to go to an expression. Ooh. This kind of properties are more for evaluating things. Hold on a second. Wait. Maybe go to features instead. Sorry. And we can add druidic here.
Yeah, so this is very similar to, if you think about properties, they do tend to return values or allow you to set values.
Yeah.
These are more statements of fact.
Yeah, I could do it that other way.
Case.
Yeah, I could do it that other way, but I was like, let's not do it. So there's no shortcut, nothing else like that. Activate when true. That means we're going to, let me just do this to keep safe, to keep this so it's the same. So we're going to activate it when true, meaning it's always active. And on activate, so this is going to, if it's always active, well, on start game, we're going to say add language. And we're going to say, what is it? Druidic, I think, right? Druidic. Okay. So we want to do this. Add language, Druidic, like this. And now what's cool is, and that's it. That's the feature. Okay.
So add language doesn't exist at the moment, though, right? This is a new thing.
It's a new thing.
We're just declaring a specific in terms of a generic,
right?
And now we'll go on to implement the generic.
Yes, exactly. So let's do it. Let's export both of these right here. So we're going to say file, download, comma separated values, CSV.
This, for those of you watching, is what we're hoping to solve tomorrow, so we don't have to do this ever again.
I might do, yeah, I'm not sure about that, Rory. I think I might still do the export before I start the show. But when the show ends, I think I want the things that have changed, like hit points and gold value, gold items collected, those to be saved back out to the sheets. That's
so we want to start not so much by reading all of our existing data via the API, but instead for reading and writing a single sheet containing our state for the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see how easy it is to use. I also, you're right. We might actually totally replace it, right? We just go out and we make changes, then we go in and hit the program to reload it, right? Yeah. And then the other thing is at the end, we can then save it back out. But the cool thing is, if we actually do that and succeed tomorrow or however long it takes to do it, then we can build and add in an IntelliSense editor for the events, right? Because this is all code.
Okay.
Any place where we're adding code, we don't have IntelliSense right now in Google Sheets, but we could create our own editor with IntelliSense-like behavior, where add language and even syntax highlighting, right? How hot and sweet would that be to be able to get that here?
Oh, that would be really nice.
I would like that. So not bad. Could be Salva says, as a secret language, you can't show this next bit on the stream. What are you talking about? Oh, in Druidic? Okay. All right, so add language, we want to create that. So let's go take our app that's running and close it down. Here's the app right here. We need to add a new class. So we're going to come over here. And you know what else I think I want to do, Rory? We've had to register these functions a lot. And wait, these we don't have to, right? It's the Stream Deck ones. Okay, never mind. We're good. I'm totally happy. All right, so good. I was thinking we would add that registration automatically, but I'm going to just use selection increase, copy this to add language right here, like that. So there's add language. And I think we can kind of come down to here. All right, so expecting args 1. Should it be add languages? I think we should make this plural, and so we can comma separate them. I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Certainly not that much more difficult, is it? We just take the incoming strings, split on a
and then
comma,
split it. Right, exactly. So we're expecting one arg, and now we're going to say, and we need a player too. So it's almost like we can. I picked a really good one to start this on here, I think. So we're going to call this the languages, like this, or maybe the language stir, like that. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to say language stir.split, like this, using commas. And whoops, not code cleanup. Why don't I get? Oh, I have the incorrect syntax here. I was like, why doesn't it declare local available? Because I have a syntax error. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to call this languages, like this, and we don't need that. We don't need this, and then we need a like a for each language, and then I want to say player dot add language. Now the cool thing about this architecture, this is what's really sweet about this, is the this player is going to be not null when this comes in. When this event, when the add language is called, we need to change this to add languages, like that. Okay. All right. When add languages is called, there will be a player, and the reason there'll be a player is because this is a feature, and the feature was assigned over here, right? So just by having that Druidic feature, that's what's it's gonna add the languages. So we've just implemented a D&D feature. We need to download this as well, and we need to re-download the other one because we changed the name of the function from add language to add languages. Let's go over to features, re-download this.
Now you're calling player.addLanguage. That's not a feature or a function, or is it within these sheets, or is that actually on a player?
It's on a player, but it's not there yet.
Okay. So my question to you is: do you want to add language, or do you do the same logic again? Just say add languages and pass the array, and make it always, since you'll have turned it into an array anyway, because
yeah, you're right.
Even if it's an array of one item.
For test cases, you are right. You are correct. Let's do this. Let's take this code, copy that to the clipboard, come down in here, and pass in language stir, like that. And then let's declare that. Whoops, sorry, let's make it add languages. Let's declare it. Oops, wrong key. Yeah, I like it, Rory. That's for test cases, that makes a lot of sense. And then we're going to come down here, language stir split. For each one, we're going to come in here, we're going to say...
So how are we planning on storing? Is this just going to be a list of string?
Yep.
At that point, do we have a language field of some description?
Going to.
In that case, if that language field, or languages field, is also of type array, then we can just do a .addRange and pass the array straight to it rather than reaching.
I want to make sure we don't have duplicates in, is what I want to make sure.
Fair enough, yep.
So I'm not sure exactly how to do that. So I want to do this. This is an auto-implemented property list of strings, so al.s, and I'm going to, that's CodeRush template, and I'm going to call it languages. I think D&D's got 2 features, 2 traits with regards to language. D&D languages, spoken versus understood. I think there's 2 different types of D&D languages. Spoken languages.
Does that distinguish between understanding spoken and understanding written?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I guess you're right. I was hoping I would see
the edges of the edge cases.
I was hoping to find something in here. Understand. I feel like I've seen things that say you can understand it, but you can't speak it. Is what I feel like I've seen.
Yeah. Certainly matches the real world.
Yeah, Codebase Alpha may know this. Codebase Alpha, I think, is a more hardcore player than I am. I am going to, I guess, do I want to say add spoken languages? I'm going to just group them together for now, is what I'm going to do. So if languages dot it contains there language, then I just want to get out. Otherwise, I want to say languages dot add language. So my beautiful wife, how you doing?
I'm good. I need a favor.
This is a good time to ask. Just come to my show.
Are you doing anything?
No.
Good.
No, I'm not. It's not like I'm talking to people around the world right now. If there is such thing as 5e feature, I'm not familiar with the 5e, to be honest. I have many years of AD&D and Pathfinder.
AD&D I'm an expert in. D&D not so much.
You won't be able to say no. AD&D I think is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I think. Deepwater won't be able to say no. All right.
I have ADD.
Deepwater is commenting on me. I won't be able to say no right there.
To what?
To whatever your favor request is.
Well,
How many favors have you asked me for in our entire 10 years together, 10 plus years?
I don't know.
Probably
If you
only
do this,
speak
I'll be your
ever.
best friend.
Do you think Surly Dev is like, wallet?
No, I need you to open this because I hurt my thumb.
Oh, okay. No worries, buddy. That's an easy thing.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. This is like totally painted. Is it paint? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go. Just a demonstration of my strength. You don't need my wallet, honey? Really? It's all loaded up with cash for you, babe.
I feel like you're priming for a joke involving, yes, but it's empty, so they won't do you any good.
Hold on, Roy's talking to me. What did you say, baby?
I said, is it loaded up for cash? Because I can find a reason.
Yeah, I just go to the ATM, and even when I go to the ATM is like, this is for Karen. And I'm like, how'd you know? Yeah, I can tell.
Do you know what that tells me?
What? Why don't you bring your face up here so everybody can see you? You're going to talk to us, honey.
Up in this big pedestal because you think you're so hot. No.
Looking for camera 2.
Wait, give it off steam, so, you know.
I totally need a camera 2. Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear either of you. What did you say, Roy?
I said you're giving off steam on the stream, so you must be firing.
Yeah, I am. This is what happens in real life when you come up to me, honey. I'm like, oh my, she's hot. I wonder what the chances of her going home with me are.
And those are your wonder bubbles.
Oh yeah, those are my. I'm sweating it out.
Well, it's significantly higher when you already are home with me and we're quarantined.
Nice.
Your odds just increase.
Thank you, coronavirus. Thank you.
No, what was my question? Oh, you know what that tells me? If I need money from your wallet, that I am managing the household.
Yeah, that's true. Roy, you got something interesting you just put in the chat room there.
It's just every time I see somebody doing an iterative approach to adding stuff unique to a list, it feels like you can calculate that a little quicker.
Okay, so let's figure this out here. So we've got languages dot add range. We're going to say language dot to string. Dot split. Right?
Yeah, so it presupposes your new languages coming in are in a list. Basically, these are sort of link-based methods that work very well on lists of any kind. So arrays and or a list of. And you can union things and accept things and basically all the set
between accept and distinct. Did you want? I'm sorry, Roy's talking to me.
Distinct will
I
be duplicate.
coding questions for me.
I do. What do you?
And parens.
Well, what should we do to this function right here?
Refactor it.
Oh,
Burn
okay.
it with fire.
All right, fine. We're going to refactor it. Thanks, baby.
Cool.
You look so smart. I didn't even think I needed refactoring, but you're right.
Little light bulbs coming up above my head.
Yeah, you're so amazing. All right, we got to refactor this, Roy.
Okay.
We've been told by the master, the goddess of programming, by the boss. Languages, add range, string.split, accept. What's the difference between accept and distinct?
So accept is when you take one set away from another set. So your source is your languages.split, and you're going to remove existing languages from that. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to take the sum total of that and make it a distinct list. And then the distinct list is the thing that you will eventually add back to your languages.
But doesn't accept just get me the distinct list because I'm only adding? This is. I think I just need this. Right.
Might have over-engineered that a little bit then.
Okay. So that feels right. We're going to only add the range of this piece right here. Well, holy cow. What about, I want to trim these though. Each one.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't account that the two distinct accounts for the possibility you may be accidentally requesting adding the same thing more than once in the same attempt. So you say Druidic. It will remove your existing languages from that, none of which are Druidic, leaving you with 2 copies of Druidic to add. The two distinct, the distinct would have then reduced them to 1.
No, if I've got Druidic in this, and I choose add range, I split, and then I call accept.
So I'm saying if
on Druidic, that means I'm adding an empty range, which means Druidic does not go away.
I was talking about if the word Druidic existed twice, comma separated in the incoming parameter.
It would only remove 1.
It would get as far as that, it would split, it would create a list of 2, both of which were Druidic. It would exclude from that list anything that was already there, we'll presume for the moment the Druidic is not one of these, and would leave you still with a list of 2 Druidics.
Alright.
So you can add language, Druidic, and it will create a duplicate.
Alright. Okay, so the only thing I want to be able to do is I want to be able to split on a comma or a comma space. In other words, I want to trim the results. Mm-hmm. How do I trim each individual piece? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah. I think it's a select. So you select brackets and you pass a lambda with a single parameter and the item which is the item, and then you return. Am I getting this right? Is there a trim function that takes multiple things to trim? I'm not sure if there is.
Yeah, I don't think there is on there. There's not a, so it's like a select and then a, what is it after select? How do I do the trim on it, I guess? I know what it is.
Select is effectively used to modify each item in a particular way.
Yeah, so it's x.trim, like that.
Yeah.
Then accept languages. That's it. That feels like that's the way to add the languages.
Does trim allow you to pass a parameter to trim things?
I just
Mind you know, you wanted the delimitation, didn't you? So
yeah, I just want to get I already got that out, so I think I'm good. Okay, so we can set a breakpoint there.
Going for world record longest link expression here, says Codebase Alpha. I don't know, that seems fairly short.
Yeah, it's like,
could be
all right,
worse.
Let's run it. Let's run it and see what happens.
It might even work.
Yeah, when we initialize our data, we're expecting to get to this breakpoint right here. That's what we are expecting. Deepwater says, I've written much, much longer. Yeah, I'm not sure the readability on this. Like, I appreciate the compactness, but I'm like, I think I like it more, each one of these on its own line. So select on its own line, the accept on its own line, maybe, especially as it's getting...
if we weren't adding this, if we extract the content of the add range, all of it, I'd put carriage returns just before the dot select and just before the dot accept.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's what I would do as well. All right, here comes my initialized player data. Let's see if we get to the breakpoint.
And actually, it's a lot harder to debug thinking about it because you can't go through the iteration.
Oh, I didn't get to the breakpoint because don't have her playing. Let's go add her as a player who's actually playing active now. So we need to get Cornelia here. Let's turn off Willie, because Willie and Cornelia sit in the same space. Let's download.
For the benefits of the chat room, I'm not actually advocating this as the best way to do anything. It's just an interesting approach, which eliminates the construction of a manual iteration.
Ooh, nice. That's cool. I'll take that. Let's do this.
That seems fair. After all, we don't actually have a list yet.
Yeah. So we'll come in here. If that's null, then we're going to say like that. Let's come back up here. Karen locked the door or closed the door and left the dog in here with me. Oh, is that because I was in low level? Yeah, sorry kids. Sometimes I continue doesn't like when I'm modifying this file down here. And I've just assumed it doesn't like, it's weird. It's like, sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's not. I think most of the times it's not okay. Maybe it's just my imagination that sometimes it's okay. That thought I was changing low level DLLs, but I was really changing high level DLLs.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Starting again. Initialize player data. And the language coming in is Druidic. And so here we go. Language count is 1. Druidic. Let's do this as well. Just for fun, Rory, let's send in Druidic, Druidic, like that.
That'll be fine now because we have an existing item. You might want to try, instead of jumping up to 2856, jump to 2857 and deliberately create that empty list. Because that'll test whether we're deduplicating on the way in, and I'm betting we're not.
Only one.
I am wrong.
And his language is still Druidic. Okay. So what's going on with that? How are we deduplicating? So distinct is reducing the duplicates within language itself. How did that? Oh wait, no. Hold on. This is the edit and continue bug, Rory.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, this is not actually happening. It's what's happening is it's just re-executing code that was already there. The changes throughout and continue are not actually getting picked up. Okay, so let's add the distinct call in the end. I now understand what you're talking about when you're saying distinct, like that. Okay. Okay. Now we've got the languages spoken in. So good. We're not displaying that anywhere, but we've got it now, and we can add that and work with that later. Okay, so that was a a softball, we call that in the United States, an easy pitch, an easy to hit. Softball,
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit is what we call that. Yeah, softball is kind of a sexist term because it's like generally.
That can't be a sexist term.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Like
it doesn't imply any gender.
Yeah, it in the States it kind of does. At least from when I grew up, the softball was what women played, and
okay.
And so it was played with a larger ball, that sort of thing, easier to hit. Than baseball, so so in the States it may kind of have that. So yeah, low-hanging fruit is totally gender neutral. Okay. This is, again, preview what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to click this button tomorrow, kids. We'll see what happens.
All the magic will happen.
Roy's going to help me out a bit. All right, next. Let's go look at what else Cornelia's got. So we did implement Druidic, easy, low-hanging fruit.
So for the moment, our implementation is we are now recording that this character has this language.
Yes.
Which is good. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
and it's done the proper way. It's kind of how I want to say it, the proper way. In other words, instead of having an area for languages spoken, I'm actually implementing with the feature name. So what's cool about that is now that this feature is declared, somebody else can have that same feature. And,
that's right.
And in fact, I think Melanie Cabinto has the same feature. Let's double check that. Melanie, let's see what you got. You got that Druidic feature? Because if so, we can add that for her as well and build that in and use that, which is what we should. Druidic.
But we've also built it in such a way as we don't have to do this for people who have Druidic. You might be people who have Dwarven languages and other racial things that deduce other languages. So we've done it in a completely data neutral way.
Right, and I like it too because this is, if you look at the way Dungeons and Dragons is broken down, even though the rules have a lot of, flexibility and exceptions to them, the rules, when I say the rules, I mean the logic of the spells and the logic of the features, they're still broken down into something that I think we are effectively grasping and being able to implement in a somewhat orderly manner. And so I like that, right? The way we are discovering the events needed to represent the features, the events needed to represent the spells, and for the most part, that's most of the D&D logic. The next elements are, you've got, the pieces we haven't quite done yet are weapons, although we did work on weapons. We did some great stuff on weapons last week where we could load up magic arrows, for example, right? Yep. And we could have magical bows, and we could add to the rolls in a correct way. So we did that last week, and that was awesome. You've also got conditions like, are you blind, deaf, grappled, that sort of thing, stunned, unconscious. These are different conditions. We have not implemented that yet. There's a mechanism to do so. And diseases and blessings, things like that. And to some degree, this idea of gifting magic is in Dungeons and Dragons as well, where I can give you a spell, Rory, even if you're not a magician or a sorcerer or a wizard.
A fire and figure out a one-use kind of case.
Exactly, right. Or you might get 3 fire rings of it, something like that.
Sure.
So I can, like, for example, Dragon's Breath, I can give you a spell. So there's this idea of giving to a target a spell. And a target could be a weapon, could be a player, could be a place on the map. But we're kind of understanding all the rules of Dungeons and Dragons and looking at them and attacking them one at a time. And again, the cool thing is I don't have to freak out about being daunted by every single spell and every single rule. I just have to, just like the software only has to run on one machine, the spells I only have to do the spells and features of the players in the game. That's all I have to do to make this whole thing work.
And that's kind of what you're doing, is you're looking through for, as you say, features, attributes, pieces that are related to characters that you're going to actually host, and we only have to implement those pieces. And as we find a piece that isn't catered to, this is what we do. We progress through. We invent that piece. We don't have to support the entire set of D&D rules, which would take some doing, I think, to translate them into our language. But enough pieces, and we can get a pretty good effect.
Now, I want to reach for some high-hanging fruit here in a second. Kobe Sal says, the world cannot take too much amazing on Mark's stream. We're just not ready for that level of overkill. What's he talking about, amazing?
He's referring...
What'd you say, Karen?
I said, fine, I won't show up on screen.
Yeah, Karen says, fine, I won't show up on screen anymore. You're right, too much amazing.
That's a lot of pressure to take, yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I believe Codebase Alpha is actually referring to our comment that the Pudding's lack of intro as he showed up. Pudding suggested, however, that certain people's presence upped the level of amazing, and that the show itself couldn't handle too much amazing in one go.
Let me refresh the. Let's do a couple tests here. If I type in drone, what do I get? Anything? Oh, I get a drone.
Got a drone.
Well, that's weird. We did have to restart. If I type in fixed.
Pudding, you didn't sneak in and just not tell us, right?
So fixed doesn't work, but drone does, which is super interesting. I need to restart. Okay, this is the reason why is because we stopped streaming, and we lost our connection to OBS. There's an OBS connection that's in, and I think I gotta restart to get it back. Give me a second here. One of the important things is we don't want to. We got a file that's saved every 30 seconds, and we don't want to kill things while that file is being saved. Let's see.
Codebase Alpha says Puddings cannot sneak. Pudding says, I'd never skip my chance to drown Mark in Pudding.
Yeah,
and these sound pretty valid reasons. Yeah.
You're going to get it. So it's 6 seconds and 36 seconds after. Let me bring up my clock. What do I got? Coming up on one. Save coming up right now. Right about now. There's the save. Now it's safe to close. So we don't lose Surly Dev's coins. And closing that now. Pressing the key to close the window. It's closed. It's shut down. Shut down there. Let's restart. This is, yeah, so it's like it's not able to recover the connection with, it's interesting, it's not able to recover the connection with OBS once we go through that, if we shut down OBS and restart it. Okay, that might be something we can write some defensive code into. We're restarting now, reloading that back up. I want to open up some Chrome files because some web pages because I shut down every instance of Chrome. One of those that I had up was my featured chat, which I'm bringing up now. Another one I had was my player data, and which I'm also bringing up. And another one I had was I had some of my players. I had Melanie, for example. I was talking about reaching for some high-hanging fruit. And
yes.
Let's talk about that as we get everything up. So that's loaded. Now we've got to, with those pieces loaded, I now have to refresh the drone game. But now I think after the refresh of the drone game, or maybe even now, we may see Pudding showing up. Aren't those called slimes? Pudding may be having control again. You might have control. Refreshed there. Let's get some. There it is. That's what you were looking for. Please not this time. I need an umbrella. I need an umbrella. But Rory,
I'm not sure an umbrella would help you, mate. Maybe waders?
so much pudding. Why?
Boat of some kind?
Why? Yeah, this is your punishment. You're right. Okay. So got some music in the background. Let's see, what else have we done? We need to refresh the overlays on here. So refresh the dragon front overlay. Waiting for the scroll bars to go away there and there. Almost done. Refresh the dice.
I've heard it tell there's a very old book that has a story involving people building a large boat in order to escape a flood. Maybe that's what you could do.
Ooh, a boat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, you know what's going to happen is Pudding will always win. No matter whatever happens.
Entirely plausible.
The boat, I'll be like, finally, here comes my boat. And then there goes my boat. And like that.
I can see this attempt wherein here comes Pudding, so you climb into a boat, and then Jetsam comes along and crashes into the boat and sinks it.
Yeah, I don't know. Something could happen. We could have like dual
Meta intros.
we could have create special dual player, dual viewer intros where if you both come in at the same time, you'd have to like time that and sync that up. You can do like a over the top combo. Okay, Melanie Cavanaugh in the background. Wait, let me start up the D&D app. That refresh wasn't too long. I've kind of started to figure things out in terms of dancing around the software issues here. She says, nah, Jetsam would fly low over it. Frackbird would fly into it. Yeah, we need a Frackbird.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Frackbird. D&D on Monsters Black Pudding.
Sure enough, a D&D Black Pudding.
Yeah. Monsters is something I want to work on too. By the way, Tailspire. Have I talked about that yet today? Probably not. Let's talk about Tailspire for a second. This thing is gorgeous. And, you know, I'm not on the beta, kids. Hold on a second. Wait, where is my... Okay, here we go. The main window app is... Let me just initialize player data so we get rid of that text that you're seeing there on screen. There it is, gone. Cool. Let's...
You're not on the beta.
I'm not on the beta.
With your newfound credentials, surely you could sneak a way in.
You're talking about MVP status with Microsoft?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
You know what I did?
You the king of the castle again.
I reached out. First, I reached out to one of the guys on the D&D show who's, you know, a professional guy with, a reputation. And I said, his reputation is so good that he actually does our show now with sunglasses. So it's like he does not want to be spotted. But anyway, I said, hey, Kent.
Nice outing.
Yeah, that worked really well. Well done.
People are named Ken.
I didn't say Allstad's last name. Give me a break.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said, Ken Allstad, MVP and a database programmer. They should be begging you to help out with the beta.
Yeah.
Begging me. So anyway, yeah. Honey, this is a family show. We can't say MVP, the word you said afterwards. We can't say that on the show. Yeah, I'll turn on your mic, but you have a clean mouth, honey.
Were you about to say be good?
Yeah. So anyway, your mic's on if you want to hang out and talk to us. So anyway, Tailspire's got a closed beta. So I went to Kent, and Kent is like, you know who you should talk to? You know the guy to ask who knows everybody? And if anybody can make something happen, it's this guy. And he said, it's Richard Campbell. And I said, oh, Richard Campbell.
You know him.
Richard Campbell.
Yeah. So then, now I'm outing Richard Campbell. I didn't say his middle name.
How little people want to be associated with this kind of crazy.
Yeah, nobody wants to be associated with me. In fact, already Microsoft sent me warning letters. 2 days ago they said congratulations on being an MVP, and then people have said, so you get the automatic stuff, and then I've gotten stuff from like VPs at Microsoft that are not automated that say we're watching you, and
nice.
I'm kidding. That's not really happening.
Mark's been married 3 times. I'm the only one who admits to it.
That you've been married. That you've
I've
married
been
to.
married to you.
Well, yeah, that's not true. We go out to parties, and you're like, I'm not with him. I don't know who brought that guy. We're watching
I
it.
admit to it on your show.
Yeah. So anyway, so somehow I got my MVP status renewed, which actually is incredible for me. The whole reason that it's huge for me is it gets me early access to information that otherwise takes longer to get. For me, that information is huge and valuable, and so I'm super excited to be back on. You would think that by doing code with CodeRush we would still be able to get easy access to the information, but it is not easy to get access to information, even with contacts like Mads Christensen and the other Mads on the C# team, knowing Dustin and all those other folks that are on the team. You'd think that they would care about me and send me an email from time to time saying here's what we're going to do, but it's not like it being on the MVP group. So I'm super happy about that.
But you're back now.
Tailspire is an awesome, gorgeous D&D mapping. In fact, this has never happened to me before. Rory, where I saw something so much better than what I was doing that I just like throw all of that away. Is what and so basically, because we were working on the map editor, and our map editor had some cool things in it that we were doing. It was gorgeous, right? But it wasn't 3D. It was a two-dimensional overhead view. And when I saw Tailspar, I was like, okay, these guys are doing it so much better. There's 3 of them working full-time against, me, 2 hours a day, 3 or 4 days a week. No way, even if I did the map full-time during those hours, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with these guys. So, although I will say our dice roller is better than theirs.
I was going to say, we should maybe show that to them and say, well, you may have a mapping system, but look what we got.
Yeah, I'm not going to...
I'll show you yours.
Yeah, no.
Mine.
Okay, I'm going to shut down Karen's microphone.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. You don't understand what family showed means, do you?
How do you think families are made?
Okay, which definitely...
Ooh, that's a good counterpoint.
We can't even... No, it's not. We can't even answer that question on this show. The answer to the question is literally out of bounds.
That was very quick.
Yeah. All right, so I'm closing it down.
Well done.
She's been muted.
Doff my cap in your general direction.
Yeah. Karen's got the smarts here. She's always got the smarts. That woman is good. So anyway, I'm not on the beta, and the beta is closed. So I went out to Richard Campbell, and I said, Richard, do you know anyone at Valve? Because Valve is apparently, according to Tailspire, limiting the keys available. And or do you know anybody at Bouncy Rock? And Richard's like, give me a minute. and a few minutes later sends me back an email. I reached out. Here's the deal. Valve is not limiting the keys. It is, so he's already talked to someone at Valve for me.
That's how well connected the guy is.
The guy is amazingly connected. Right? He is. And he's incredibly impressive. And basically he comes back and he says, look, and he doesn't know, I don't think he knows anybody at Bouncy Rock, but I bet that there's somebody at Bouncy Rock that knows him. At any rate, he comes back and he says, here's what you got to do. You got to go in their Discord channels, be active, and make your plea, right? Let them get to know him, etc. So I've kind of put a few key messages out there. There's things that they want to do in Tailspire that we've already done on our show. For example, a Dungeons & Dragons clock. We've already got the code for that. And Tailspire, if you were listening, I will give you that code. I will talk you through that code. I will maintain that code for free for you if you want. I will be an extra developer on your team for that code. For free. I will pay you to let me do this. I will buy licenses. Get me on the beta. I need to be on the beta, guys. I am your best guy on the beta. You need me on the team. This is my pitch. I'm going to clip this part of the show and put it in the Tailspire Discord channel. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, Tailspire looks awesome. I'm in desperate need of a key. I'm in desperate need of somebody saying, here, sure, Mark, we'll take your money. I want to throw everything I've got at the problem. I've never been flummoxed like this before, by the way, Rory. Usually problems can be solved with money or being annoying, which are my,
Your superpowers.
Those are my superpowers, right? Karen comes by, I've got a problem, I throw money at her, and the problem goes away. You saw that, right? That's how it goes, right there.
Wait, am I the problem in this scenario?
I would like to say I was admitting having seen that, not admitting that I agree with her being a problem.
I'm looking to see if there's an extra double mute button.
I like how cautious Lori is.
So I can double mute Karen, but I can't. I can only mute her once. So, yeah, you like... So,
it's almost like one mute isn't enough.
That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so Tailspire's out there. Hopefully, the devs will be like, okay, Mark, we see you're serious. We see you're going to contribute. So, yeah. So I'm not going to use their die roller because our die roller is way better. It's built in, but I do want to hack in, and I want to extend and create plugins for Tailspire. I want to, for example, use our D&D rules engine and combine it with getting location data from the Tailspire map. If we can figure that out, if that's available, I don't know yet because but boy, I'm going to be if these developers, accept my friend requests, I will be all over them like a nightmare.
That's possibly not the analogy you need to make, but okay.
Yeah. Karen, by the way, is happy to scream. There's no mute button for Karen. She just goes to screaming. She's like screaming and laughing. Yeah, she's like totally fine with all of that. None of those are allowed in this show, says Pudding. Wait, did you say Karen has problems or is the problem? No, I'm not saying any of those. Surly Dove. Surly Dove's got a clip, or no, Pudding's got a clip out there.
I love the misdirect or the redirect. That's just
What's
Surly.
happening?
Everybody,
Mark is now in
please
less
be my
trouble
friend.
because he's managed to implicate Surly.
Yeah, Codebase Alpha, that's exactly it. Now, Tailspire is located closer over to you guys, Codebase Alpha and Rory. Tailspire's over there. Maybe you guys know somebody over at Tailspire over there. Please!
I have paint on my face. Oh, it's gone.
Okay, cool. On the Dragon Number Show, I realized that even when Karen's mic falls on the floor, we can still hear her.
Oh, really? Do you realize that's true?
Do you know how he knows that? Because this is Karen while she talks. Blah, 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 blah. What was that, my mic? I don't know how that happened.
You start living dangerously, don't you?
I'm not living dangerously. I can't tell when I'm, that's the look.
I don't really need a mic.
You know this needs ML and data mining. What does? What does Geniscu 7? I don't even know what you're talking about. There's no data mining for anything here.
Oh. There's a clip.
Yeah, I don't want to play the clip.
No.
I'm scared.
Do you know that when
This is a family show. I'm not playing that clip, even if it's from this show. What are you doing? You don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All the hot ladies that are out there watching are going to be like, ooh, I didn't know he was ripped. I didn't know he was cut. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Cut almost.
You're welcome.
But it's just perspective.
I've been doing my secret workouts. Plus, I got a filter I wrote on this camera that looks for biceps and enlarges.
That's amazing.
That's my filter.
Do you know what I just ordered?
Hold on. Pudding says, play that clip. All right, we'll play the clip.
I just ordered 5 sets of pound sticks.
Okay. All right. It's a family show. I keep telling you that. No way, even if I did the map full time during those hours, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with these guys. So, although I will say our dice roller is better than theirs.
I was going to say, we should maybe show that to them and say, well, you may have a mapping system, but look what we got.
Yeah, I'm not going
I'll
to.
show you yours.
Yeah, no.
I mean, mine.
Okay, I'm going to show John Karen's microphone.
That's a good idea.
Good idea. You don't understand what family show means, do you?
How do you think families are made?
Okay,
Ooh, that's a good counterpoint.
We can't even answer the question on this show. The answer to the question is literally out of bounds.
That was very quick.
Yeah. All right, so I'm closing it down.
Well done.
She's been muted.
Wow, you can really hear me. I'm like across the room.
Yeah, you are. You're right in my ear, actually, right now. Okay.
Do you like it?
No, can I have this back?
Do you know when I used to be on stage, everybody made a big display of turning down my mic whenever I was on the mic.
Oh, yeah?
Instead of the person before me.
So they were like,
yeah, everyone's
like that?
like,
that's when you did stand-up comedy?
Ah! Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's get the show back. Rory, are you there with us, buddy?
There's a show here somewhere, right?
Let's do it. All right. High-hanging fruit.
Yes, you did say that. Which
Wild
presumably
shit.
is the opposite of low-hanging fruit. It is therefore at least slightly more complicated in the implementation sense.
Yeah, this is my high-hanging fruit. Wild shape.
Okay.
It's the reason why is check out the description of the rules. There's a lot here. One of them is you pick a beast that you've seen.
Okay.
That's hard to do.
So this is shape-shifting into anything you've seen.
Yes, and then now what happens is I think your hit points go to that beast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh look, I just saw a Balrog over there. I'll be fine now.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's anything that you've seen in your life. So that's kind of it. It's kind of it.
Including the enemy you're currently about to battle.
Yeah, along with limitations. So, let's start this. This could be an all-week kind of task. Should I start this now? Should we go for another low-hanging one, Rory, before we jump in?
I don't mind.
You don't mind going in?
Yeah, I'm curious what direction you're thinking of for this, because if this is anything you've seen, then if we play by, as it were, the rules, the definitive thing, then we need to keep track of creatures that are sort of within...
No, what I'm going to do instead is ultimately would envision for the selecting is we get a list of all the known monsters, we filter it by these constraints here, which are what's their max challenge rating here.
Yeah.
and based on the level of the player, right? By the way, hold on, this should show up inside of our player tables. Hold on, let's go in, say file open, and go search for the table, D&D table.
Codebase Alpha says it has to be a natural animal, he thinks.
Yeah,
That makes
I think
sense.
that's true as well. Druid features wild shape. Okay, see that? There's a wild shape there for level 2, level 4, and level 8. See it?
Yep.
Okay. Over here, we see the max challenge rating is coming up right over here in this space right there. Okay, at those same levels, second, 4th, and 8th. So now
am I interpreting that correctly? When you have the second level worth of wild shape, you have a maximum possibility of a quarter of the attributes of the thing you're targeting?
No, there's a challenge rating that starts at 1/4 for like a rat or something like that. Or 1/8 is like maybe a rat.
Oh, so it's a difficulty of pulling off the endeavor.
It's a difficulty of defeating the creature based on some level or something like that, I think is what the challenge rating is. So so what I want to do here first is I want to go into the Druidic table and I want to say insert one left, and I think I want to add this to the table. So I want to say call this wild shape CR for challenge rating. And I will say 0 here, and here I'll say I think 1/4. Copy that, 1/4, and here we go to 1/2. I think. Is that right? Let's double check it. 1/2 at 4th, and at 8th we go to 1.
Codebase Alpha says CR is based on guesswork and wishful thinking, to be honest. That just tells you how long I've been at this now, that despite being in a conversation about CR being challenge rating, I immediately thought he was saying Code Rush is based on guesswork and wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So, no. There's a lot of skill has been put into Code Rush.
And then
a lot of effort.
Yeah, so the CR in Dungeons & Dragons is different from CR for Code Rush, which is also different from the CR for the place which I live, which is Costa Rica. By the way, in Costa Rica, I can buy lots of hats. If I was a hat guy like C# Fritz, I could have lots of hats that say CR on them, and it would look like, oh, holy cow, Mark got like 100 different Code Rush hats. Okay, so now we got a wild shape CR challenge rating in here. So we've got that. And so now we could use this even. So let's just, I just want to get these kind of side by side here, just to double check to make sure everything is correct on this. Features and traits, wild shape. Okay, starting at 2nd we go to 1/4, starting at 4th we go to 1/2, and starting at 8th we go to 1. Cool. There are also these other limitations.
Right, so exclusions. You're not allowed to mimic a flying or swimming creature initially, and later on you are allowed to mimic the swimming one because that's no longer a restriction, and then finally you can pick either, and it's not a problem. As you get better.
So if I was going to put that in the table, I would say wild shape can fly, and then I'd maybe create one more.
Possibly you could do it in one column. You could say exclusions, because I can picture other things that might have categories of exclusion for other features later on.
All right, I'm down with that. I'm totally happy to do that. Delete this. We're going to call this wild shape exclusions. And here we're going to say flying and swimming.
So Codebase Alpha says you're allowed to take the shape, but not use that mode of movement as that creature.
Oh!
So you can be a dragon sat on the ground, assuming that you could become a dragon or a dragonfly, but you're not allowed to fly, so you'd sort of be crawling along the ground.
I didn't know that. All right, let's get rid of exclusions. We're going to let the DM decide that, I think. Is that true? I don't understand that. Hold on a second. Wait. At 2nd level for something, you transfer an entity that is challenge rating 1/4 that doesn't have a flying or swimming speed. So according to this rule, Codebase Alpha, It's
Maybe not.
different. You might be playing a homebrew rule or a different rule, I suppose, as well as possible. But here it says you can't choose anything that's got a flying or swimming speed. So maybe I'll go back to it. Wild shape exclusions. Put letter C in there. And so we're going to say flying, swimming, like that. And yeah, what? You want to say something, Ray?
Well, I was just thinking, I know you've got players that can have features, and indeed I think you have character classes that have features. Is that the way that works? But at some stage,
no, I
can
just
see
have
having
players.
creatures that have features.
I just have players that have features right now.
Okay.
But you're right. What we really want to do is get these features from the table and start applying them. Is what we want to do.
Because I can see you implementing flying and swimming as features that non-player characters can have, or creatures, and thus you can now be excluded from taking the shape of any of those items, those people that you've encountered, by virtue of there being a mapping.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And well, there's a mapping for these in the monster definitions. The monster definitions have a flying speed and swimming speed, a burrowing speed, and essentially a movement speed on land. A land movement speed, which is like running or walking kind of thing. You've got it's kind of like walking, and then you've got a dash, which is like a run.
Okay.
So that's kind of what's going on. All right, so now I want to add these to my Druid table. And right over there's my Druid class. Let's kill the app, and we're going to add those two columns there, wild shape CR, and the other one is wild shape exclusions. I'm going to copy these so I get them exact. Wild shape exclusions, cool. Now I want to look at where these are used. Looks like they're, okay, features isn't, only one piece that we're using this in is, let's see, we use cantrip known anywhere? Slot one spells, really? Are we getting this? I'm like a little bit, we've got a smarter way of grabbing this table data. That table data is grabbed essentially using reflection. Reflection, I'll give you an example of it. I think on our properties page, right over here, properties, here, it uses reflection and our expressions evaluator. So, for example, barbarian rage damage goes from the barbarian table, passing in the level of the barbarian class. So notice here, level, this is the field we're looking for. This is a function called level of the class we grab in. So whatever the player is, we look at the player's barbarian level, we pass it in, and that gives us our barbarian rage damage. And now we can use this. It's kind of like a property, a global property out there that on the player. Essentially, we're building that. So let's see. We could similarly build a property called Druidic. Wild shape CR.
Yes.
Challenge rating.
Which will allow us to go to our Druidic table, take the wild shape CR column, and get the value of it based on our Druidic level.
Exactly.
Ta-da! It's almost like I understand what we're doing.
It's almost like we're like geniuses, Roy. It's almost like we planned this whole architecture out to be easy to do these things. Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to go to.
You need to copy the Druidic into the last parameter.
Yeah. Yes. Druid. I think. Just druid.
Yes, possibly
Yeah,
so.
the level of the druid, because that's the class that we
That's
are.
right. It's the class as opposed to the capacity to know druidic itself.
Yes, so we would see, where's my class here? There it is, class 1 druid. That's what we're looking for right there. That's the match piece there.
Hang on, though. The druidic was the name of the previous thing we were implementing, which was the ability to know the language. Have we got a different name for it here? It's not druidic, is it, that first?
I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on a second.
Feature.
We would go back to properties, I think. The table is
Yeah.
not druidic, it's druid. The druid table,
Yeah,
right?
there we go.
And the wild shape CR is what we want to get. We want to match up based on the level column, and we're passing in the level of the druid.
That's better, yeah.
Okay, so there's our wild shape challenge rating. Let's duplicate that and come down here, and we're going to see our wild shape limitations. And what's cool about these two is that we can now come in. Let's grab the other piece. Wild shape exclusions. We can call it exclusions. No, we should call it limitations because I think the D&D calls it limitations. I think I'm going to rename this. Limitations, like that. Copy that to the clipboard. Come over here. That's now the field I want to get. That's going to be a text field that comes back. Still passing in the level of the druid. Come back to the D&D app. Change it here. Okay? All this is doing is holding in data for us. Right?
Right, but at this stage we've now got an architecture. Does this already know to go looking for things that are on our class as items in this table and then interpret them further? So do we need more code now? Or does this load, essentially?
This should all work right now, but there's nothing that's referencing these two properties I added.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So, but we've got the data from two nested layers of data in the Google Sheet /CSV into our program in an appropriate property. We now have to just do something sensible with that knowledge.
Yeah, so let's do that. I need to save that. I need to go to the table and now save our new druidic table out. And then we got to do something with that knowledge. Well, we also have to add the feature, wild shape. So there's the druid table going out. Yeah, I'm actually loving how we're defining all of this stuff, right? And we're building the rules. It's getting smarter and smarter. But this, like I said, this link up between what's here, like look at also, I think over here, look, see these? These I want to actually drive into the engine. I want the engine to get the features from this list. Because this list doesn't change. This is the official D&D table for that class.
Gotcha.
Right? This is what is the core definition for the class. So I want to go from here and then ultimately remove from my players the list of features that they have.
This is what we were talking about before. It's a bit like, strangely, this is like authentication and stuff like that. So not just allocating everything to the individual user, but defining a class or a group in that other world, and then giving attributes or permissions to the group, and then just adding people to the group.
Yes.
Giving them the permission. So in this case, our features are on our group, which is our class, and then we're going to have 2 or 3 wizards or barbarians, all of whom get sort of common attributes. Maybe some exceptional ones of their own as well, but it means there's a lot less configuration for an individual if there's anything in common with people we've had before.
Exactly. And yeah, so this column can go away once we get the other thing to work, right? So once we know you're a druid, we'll know and figure out what features you have, right?
Yeah.
Those will flat out be there. The only maybe exception to this is there are feature choices that can happen along the path of level advancement. And so I think we might still need these for those kinds of choices.
What you could have is on the player there could be a choices, which then picks from the available set of features that are on the class.
Okay. Maybe. I'm like, I'm not sure.
Codebase Alpha's there with the correct nomenclature, which is the word claims, from my other example. Well done, keeping me straight on that. And also there's multi-classing in D&D, so you could potentially be a part of multiple class types.
Yeah, I got that. I've got support for 2 subclasses here. So subclass 1 and subclass 2. I've got.
Is that the same thing?
Yes, that's multi-classing.
Okay.
I think it is.
So when I think of subclassing, now I know nothing, it should be said, in this particular room, but I think of subclassing, I think of specializations. So you've got magic wielder as your kind of high level, and your subclass is specific type of sorcerer.
You might be right.
Whereas
I thought I had multi-classing
could be a barbarian sorcerer, which seems kind of, in diametrically opposed directions. But...
let's go over to character a second. Let's go see what class is. Let's go see class. Character class. Well, look at this, kids.
List of man has it done.
And character class is cool. Level. Look at this. I love it when there's evidence that there's a smart guy out there.
Yeah.
That level changed. I got a level changed event handler. Look, Surly Dev's out there saying, Mark, just hold down the control key for goodness sake, so you can create something around it like that, and you don't do your dumb drawing. Name, class, and there's my subclass. Look at that, Rory. So that's what a character class is, and the character class can have a subclass. Oh, look at that! Holy cow!
Wow, there was some effort put into this system.
It's as if we know what we're doing. Yeah, look at that. Certainly, Mark, hold down the control key. All you do is pick two classes. All right. So let's see. Let's kind of go back and refresh what we're going to do. All right. So here's what I want to do. Picking the beast. I don't want to do that yet because I don't have the beast data yet. I downloaded it a long time ago. As I recall, I brought it into CSV format, but I can't find it. Oh wait, you know what? I just had a memory in terms of where I think it might be. I think I actually imported into Google Sheets. Bless you, baby. Don't give me the corona. Look at this guy. More evidence, Rory. Hold on, I just did an open. Thought I did an open. Where are you? There it is. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Wow.
Look at this guy. All right. So here are my monsters.
I see evidence of more effort again.
Yeah, I know. Look at this thing. It's as if the whole thing is going to work out. It's like the plan, right? This whole thing. This music's great for this right now, by the way, because it's like this. If you were to really lay out the plan of what we're trying to do, it's a little bit insane.
Oh
right?
yeah,
it's a little.
Nobody should be attempting this.
Right? It's a little bit insane. Nobody, I think, has actually ever done this before, right? To actually codify all of the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, because it's kind of hard to do. But check it out. Here's my challenge rating right here. Rory, see that? So I got some data. It's not really in the right shape that I want it to be in. It's a lot of strings and things that, it's more for human readability rather than software. But we could.
Well, until we have something that needs to read from it, we may as well help ourselves with the reading. Yeah,
and then I'm okay. We don't have anything that needs to read from it yet, but holy cow, this has got some great starting. Look at this, damage immunities, condition immunities. So we'll figure this out, including images, right? JPEGs. Nice. I bet I could show those during the live stream, if a monster comes up and we want to talk about it. So, and create a nice little monster sheet, to show all of that, just like we have the player sheets. Yeah, it's like making video games all over again, so funny. Pudding's like, oh God. Yeah, cries in a corner. Yeah, it's a little insane. So, anyway.
Codebase Alpha says, hey, why not utilize the Google APIs for this?
Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow, I think, maybe. We'll see. All right, we'll see how far we get today on this. So, I don't want to do the picture. We put the data in and we have it and we can access it. I don't want to put it in yet. I'm going to access that data in a message to the DM. That's what I'm going to do. So say, this character can now choose any character of challenge rating, blank or higher, limitations, no flying or swimming, something like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, but, hold on, wild shape. Now, wild shape, this is important. This is what I want to work on now. Let me hold the control key down as I highlight that sucker right there. That's important. Wild shape is something the player can use. It takes one action to invoke.
Okay.
Okay? And they can use twice per short rest. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Now-
So it's like they have 2 charges of it.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
per
short rest.
Exactly. Let's go back into my data. Now, a long time ago, I had a shortcuts page. I started deleting things from the shortcuts page. They're not all there, but these shortcuts add buttons. They add buttons to the app. Where's my app? It's not running yet, it looks like. Let's start it up. By the way, if we did everything correctly and we saved the data, this should all work. The startup should work. The initialized data should work. No errors. You usually code your own machine learning. I can't tell if that's a joke or is that real. Surly says, when Mark said Surly Dev was out there shouting, hold down the control key, even before I typed it, I thought, oh my God, am I Mark Dev that much? Yeah, I love that, says Surly Dev. Of course you are. You're like, you fit right in with all the other voices that are shouting in my head, Surly Dev. They're all a lot like you. Okay.
That's what you got to understand, is that I'm not a real person. I'm in fact just one of those voices in Mark's head, and somehow we figured the ability to get it out of Mark's head and onto a string.
You know what I want to do, Rory? Well, there's 2 things I want to do. One is if I had more time, I want to create a fanfare for Deepwater.
Yes.
Deepwater keeps showing up. He's a good guy, and I have interesting ideas for it, like really cool stuff with fish swimming around me and all kinds of things like that. So I want to do a Deepwater fanfare. Just don't have enough time. But I also want to show you. Hold on a second. I think I can do it right here. Let me add a media source. I'm going to show you about a 1 minute 20-second video. I'm going to call this the Rube Ginsburg machine.
So not Rube Goldberg.
No, it's a Rube Ginsburg machine. Let me go find it, and I'm going to play it. I'm going to drop the music down here in a second once I get it. And I want you to look at it and see what you think.
Anyone else excited? I am.
No, it's going to be really good. You're going to love it. All right, here we go. All right, closing down the music, and I'm adding it. Check this out. Oh wait, I got to turn on the audio. I think you and I can hear it. Scissors, punching bag, 2 eggs, down the ladder, into the frying pan. Rube Goldberg. Go, RBG, go! No, Ginsburg, actually. Sorry. Watch this, into a deck of cards. Watch the card. The fan blows up.
See, these are always amazing.
Are they fun? Alright. It's almost over. That's a Rube Ginsburg machine. OBS starts up. What's that? Yeah, is it funny? You start screaming.
I have never known anybody who's actually done this. This is clearly with your family, right?
Pudding says this is a rude Goldberg machine. Sorry about that. Sorry that.
I have to ask the question: how many false starts when creating a machine like this? How many attempts are made?
There were easily 20, and setup for this was like about 20 minutes for each one. My happiest moment was the Rube Goldberg, building the thing out of Legos to run down the pipe. Because building a pipe out of Legos, right? Because Legos are normally, working in 90 degrees, and getting the wheels coming in at the right angles on that. Once that thing was working, I was feeling really good about it. But yeah, that's like what happens with Overkill Productions. But the kids, you saw them at the end. Those kids are like 9 and 11 years old. Those kids worked from morning to the end of the day, taking maybe just breaks for food and about 30 minutes to rest.
And not much for that, I'll bet.
I've never seen a kid work that hard, right? And yeah, they were.
This is what the power of motivation.
I don't know.
People who have a goal and they go, I'm just going to charge.
You know, when the kids can't see us, Karen and I huddle in the back room and we're like, we don't deserve these kids. Someone's going to take them away. We don't deserve them. We don't. There's nothing we've done. But yeah, the kids worked really hard to get that to work. There's like all kinds of things. And there's a lot of things about that are like crazy. Right, getting the punching bag to swing into the ladder to release the eggs to roll down the ladder, right? Is like, and there's scissors that actually execute on the twine to cut the twine, right? Send those kids over to SpaceX to get us to Mars, maybe.
Yep.
We'll see. I got to make sure.
Then you wouldn't have so many kids. That's a problem. If you send them to SpaceX to go to Mars.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, Karen we might have to work that through with Karen. But hold on, let me go back to players and make sure that's turned off. Yeah, it is. It's turned off. So that's my Rube Ginsburg machine. Showed you that. Kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So where was I going to do? Oh, I know what I was going to do. So we're over here, and I've shown the shortcuts page. So this is how we manually add shortcuts. Guess who doesn't want to do that anymore? I don't. I want in my feature. So we haven't added the feature yet. So now I want to add wild shape. Okay?
Yes.
So we're going to add wild shape. Now here's the thing. I don't know what I should do on this. So far, I've added the features without spaces.
Okay.
But I'm going to add this one with space. You know, I've had a convention. Whoops, hold on. What did I do? There was something already here. It was Wild Search Rage. Oh, I see. Look, it was off screen. You can't quite see this. Fred's in the way. Let me shut off Fred for a second. Here comes Fred. So take a look at this. I think this next one I can type into. So I click here and I start typing, type, and it looks like I haven't destroyed or overwritten any data. But I have because it's right down there. So I would call that a bug, a UI bug for Google to solve. And
is there a format everything justified to the top or aligned to the top of a cell?
I don't know. I can maybe do that, but then I have the same problem when I'm down maybe here. Oh,
That's
maybe
true.
Not. Fred is for life, not just the stream. Yeah, Fred is for life. Yeah. Is that right, Fred? Fred, would you agree with that? Give us a thumbs up if you agree. Fred says okay. He agrees. All right, so down here, I'm gonna type in wild shape. That's the feature. That means I just want to make sure my player in the feature for Melanie, I have wild shape with a space in it. Not yet, but it's coming. Wild shape. And I also think, by the way, that Cornelia Wicklespit, I think her character is also a druid, and I think she also has wild shape. Our dog is young enough that it thinks that whining will get it whatever it wants, and new enough that whining actually gets it whatever it wants.
Yeah.
So wild shape, yeah. She also has wild shape. So I want to then specify that with a space so that we can see them, because there are no. Well, look at this. My features here are not separated by commas; they're separated by semicolons. All right. So semicolon. Okay. Let's make sure I have that documented up here. Yep, separate features with semicolons. Again, evidence we seem to be taking care of ourselves in the future, or from the past into our future selves, which is good. Okay, so we've got wild shape. So now over in features, right here, wild shape requires activation. Yes. Activation time, it's one action. Right? To activate wild shape, it's one action. We read that. Is it magical? No. Is there role mod? No. Shortcut name. I'm going to call wild shape.
Yep.
I think. So that's going to build me a shortcut right there, because I've got something here. Shortcut available when, I'm going to say not in wild shape.
Okay.
All right. What's in wild shape? Well, I've got a not in rage right up here. Let's see what that is. That's going to be in my properties page. Where are my properties? Let's move this over to my features so it's close by. In rage is there.
Yep.
In wild shape is going to be here. and we're going to just do something like this. Get in wild shape.
And once again, the previous doing of things in a generic way points us the way to do more of the same, similar.
What happens is that
go along.
Yeah, what happens is this is going to be storage automatically inside of our character. It's part of its storage. So in wild shape is there. Now let's go back over to features and look what's going on with when we go into rage. We set that low level. Ooh, cool. We add a rechargeable. Look at that. That's going to help us.
Yeah.
On activate.
Set rage true, second line.
Wait.
Which will prove that
Hold on, I want to double check my properties. In wild shape, yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry, hold on. Features. Offset rage is true. Set rage to true. So we want to come in here. We want a line of code similar to this. I'm just going to come in here and type it in here. Replacing rage with in wild shape, like that. We want that down here. So when wild shape is activated, we want to set in wild shape to true.
Yep.
Okay. We also want something like this, add rechargeable.
Now that happens on start game, but your actual rule for this said per.
No, this is the right place. This is the right place, Rory.
This is the creation of the rechargeable, the knowledge that it can be recharged.
Yes. So
okay, rather than refreshing those charges.
Yeah, so add wild shapes, and then we're going to add rechargeable barbarian rages per rest. This is going to be, this is something that never changes. I think, wait, maybe it does. Hold on. I don't think the number changes of times I can do it. I can do it 2 times.
We had 2 times, and it was per short rest, was it?
Yeah, but there's...
But the nature of it is always 2 and doesn't change with level or anything like
That's
that.
what I'm thinking. I'm just kind of scanning through this, looking for some indication.
I mean, what is the nature of a short rest again? How long is that? Is that like a
2
short
hours.
nap? 2 hours,
2 hours.
okay.
So anything longer than that is going to reset this. Featured twice, yeah. It just says twice. This is, that's it. Wait, you regain expended use when you finish a short or long rest. So that's it. We get to use it only twice. So that means over here, we're going to pass in a 2. And this is going to be for short rest, like that. Add rechargeable, wild shape. We also need this piece right here is going to hold how many we have remaining. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to say, or it's going to, actually it's the opposite. It's the count of how many times we've used this. So here we've got offset. We want to have an offset call similar right up here. So let's come in here and say offset, wild shapes by 1. So that means that's going to go up by 1. Just entered wild surge rage is true. I don't know if we need that. Roll the dice. I don't think we need to roll any dice when we go into wild shape. Okay. All right. What's going on over here? Activation message. We can say something similar.
This stuff kind of writes itself, doesn't it?
Well, if we got the...
Not quite, but...
Yeah. So we're going to say, I just copied that code from above. I think I did. Yeah. So we're going to say first name. I just want to scroll this up a little bit so you can see it. Really, Google, you're not going to let me, you're just going to put it up at the top. That's fine, I guess. So we're going to say is changing into a wild shape. And then we can do, I think it's he, she, with an uppercase letter here because it's a title case. He, she can select any creature he, she has seen of challenge rating, and then we need to get that other piece we just created,
That's wild shape CR.
This one
But it
right
would
here.
be
Druidic
Druidic
wild shape challenge rating. Right there. So maybe I'll change these just to wild shape challenge rating. So it seems, well, you know what? There might be more than just Druid that can do it. So we'll go ahead and do this. Challenge rating and this or less. Like that. So there's our message of, and then on deactivate, do I have anything in here? Oh, yep, that's important. So let's grab this code and put it down here. And instead of doing rage, we're going to say in wild shape. Like that. Set that to false. It was right behind me. Recalculate action-based state. Fine. I trust that that's going to get the rage deactivation message. Is that over in properties? No. Where's my rage deactivation message? Not in properties. I wonder if that's a... I wonder if that is coming from my character. Nope. Is that set earlier up above?
It is a field, isn't it? It's a piece of state that is set rather than a natural feature or something like that.
Yeah,
so
and it's somewhere we're setting it. Somewhere we're setting it. And I'm not sure where we are setting it. Ooh, what's this? On roll complete. Here we go. Okay. Well, hold on. Yeah, there it is right there. See it? Set rage deactivation message. So there we go. So we're going to say what it is.
Several.
Yeah. So we're just setting it here depending on what the result is of that. Okay. All right. So message is equal to that. And then on deactivate. I'm wondering if this code is actually working because I'm not noticing those deactivation pieces. We might want to double check that. I don't think I have. Yeah, I guess we can do a deactivate message to. Oops, hold on a second. I kind of want to show both of those at the same time, but it's really not allowing me to do that. You're back, or I am. Oh no, I don't think we left. I think we're good. What if we did this? Then we can get them both on screen. There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay. I don't think I need this down here. I'm going to get rid of this for right now. All right. So getting rid of that. So in wild shape is false. And I think that's it. That's it for now. So the only thing, though, that we don't have is the ability to exit the wild shape early with a button.
Right, yes.
Let's not worry about that for now, but let's think about how we want to do that.
You could wild shape, assuming you had charges, back into your original self, who is in theory a natural creature.
Yes. Well. Yeah. I guess that's true. You could, but you can also.
Maybe you're stuck as this animal. Maybe it's a partial curse as well.
I think that the. Yeah. So we need to get the transformation of hit points. Yeah, this is a big deal. This wild shape thing is kind of a big deal. How long does it last? I think there's no limitation on the time.
That'll be the short rest distance. So, but maybe you can't cancel it. So, I want to be a wild boar. That's it. You're stuck as a wild boar for the next 2 hours.
Here it is right here. You can stay in the B shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. Okay. So.
That's can stay. So that does imply a choice to return if you want.
Yeah. So now we have to figure out a timer for this. And I think what I want to do is this. On activate, I want to come into on activate and I want to say add timer. And when it goes off, so the time we want to play is Druid wild shape hours, or maybe just wild shape hours. Druid wild shape hours, like that. That's how much time times 3600. I think I want to do that. Add timer, so I'm going to pass in how many seconds for the timer. And when the timer goes off, I want to call a function called exit wild shape.
Yeah.
Like this. Then, hold on, we want to give it a name too. So we're going to add a timer. We're going to pass it in a name. And the name is going to be Druid wild shape timer. Okay.
The key here is because we need a name, because we need to be able to identify the timer that we wish to cancel if you exit early.
Right, exactly. So here I want to come in here and I want to say remove timer, Druid wild shape. Brilliant, Roy. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, we don't have add timer, remove timer yet. We also don't have this other function, exit wild shape. Let's add this first. And we also don't have Druid wild shape hours, but we're going to add all of these in here. So exit wild shape is going to be a function. It's going to have no parameters to it, but it's going to be something we can call. And when we exit wild shape, we're going to come in and call, we're going to call set in wild shape. No, we're not. We're going to call deactivate feature Druid wild, no, just wild shape. That's what we're going to call. Do I have deactivate feature? Let's see if I do. I might have that. Sweet.
Nice.
I got that. All right. So
I love how you can refer to effectively functions which you codify, if that's the right word, in the Google Sheet, but equally the feature, or sorry, the function can be found in the actual code because of the way that the engine is allowing you to reference them.
Yeah, I want to see where I'm using deactivate feature elsewhere in here. I'm going to do that. Let's go check that out. Sorry, find that and go to all sheets. It's in quotes. Okay, that's what we need to do. So we were in functions. Wild shape needs to be in quotes. And we're now calling that feature with a space in it. Okay, right? It's got a wild shape with a space. Real Surly Bot boots up.
Careful, soon the Surly Army.
You realize you're giving him the spec, Rory. We didn't have the Surly Bot till you spec'd it out on Thursday of last week. Friday he comes in. Now you're like, ooh,
Surly Navy, Surly Fleet.
And Surly's not constrained by common sense, right? Surly's not like, oh, it would be a bad idea to take Mark's GPU down. Right?
Far from that, he's motivated to melt the GPU. It's like, this is the challenge.
Also, dude, it's not like that's that hard. Talk about low-hanging fruit. I'm probably already at 98. Give it a second. Yeah, there you go. There's only 1 or 2% left to give you. So be nice. Okay, so let's see if we can maintain all of these loose threads here. Exit wild shape is going to call deactivate feature wild shape. Sweet. Yep. Back over to features here. On deactivate, that means we're going to set in wild shape to false, recalculate action-based name, room to move timer. Sweet. Okay.
Now it's our timer.
Timers
is the add timer and remove timer.
Yeah. So either we're on deactivate will be called if I manually deactivate it. Okay. I need a deactivation shortcut is what I need. shortcut name, shortcut available when, I need a deactivation shortcut name and a deactivation shortcut when and a deactivation shortcut time. See this? See what's going on? Because the activation time is one action, but the deactivation is a bonus action, as I recall. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if we can find the word action on here. Use your action. There it is right there. You can revert to normal form by using a bonus action on your turn. Okay, see it? So what we really need to do is make this be activation shortcut name, activation shortcut available when, and add 2 more columns. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Ooh, I've got also a deactivate when. Well, the deactivate when is the opposite of activate when, so we're good there. Is there, hold on. I think I want to call this enter wild shape. I think we don't need a deactivation shortcut available when because its availability is the opposite of this.
Is that always the case?
Hold on a second. Activate when. Hold on. This Watson's raises when we're. Wait, I'm sorry. Ask your question again, Roy. Is what always the case?
I think your logic is entirely correct for wild shape, but what I'm asking is it always the case? Is it that you can deactivate unarmored defense or sneak attack? You know, these things that are inherently deactivatable.
Yes, with wild shape, you can always deactivate it. But its timing is different on this. What's interesting is wild surge rage. Activate when. Oh, I think I understand. Okay, the feature is active when here, when we're in a rage. All right, so let's see. If we're not in wild shape, shortcut.
No, you're right though. Sorry. If there's a function or indeed a specification in activate or act, it's not activate. It's active, isn't it? Active when. It does say activate when, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You sure it didn't mean?
Yeah, it looks like we're in kind of a loop here. I'm a little bit. I don't want to get distracted by this because I feel like this is kind of working by other means. So when we go into a rage, but this actually puts ourselves in the rage. I think this is extra and not needed.
Okay.
I don't want to test it yet. Let's just put a comment in here, right here. Did I get unnecessary spelled correctly? I did not. How about another N? Okay. I think what happens is it's just going to come in and say, okay, if I activate it by the button, then because the button's the only way to get into a rage state, it's going to come back and say, oh, automatically activated. Oh, we're already active. Nothing happens. I'm pretty sure that's extra and not needed. So, but I want this new piece here. I want to deactivate shortcut name like this. And that is going to be exit wild shape. And we know this is going to be, if there's something here, we're going to create a deactivate one. And we know that its availability is the opposite of this, whatever this expression is. So we don't need another availability piece on it. We just need, all right, I want to change a couple things. Shortcut name. I don't like the name of that anymore. Let's go find shortcut name. I'm going to change that to text. I'm going to change this one to text. almost display text right here. I think I wanted to make it display text. And is this used anywhere? Result.name. Oh, here it's tough and tricky because the name is also the display text.
Right, yeah.
But I think I'm going to change it. We match based on the display text. We match from the Stream Deck commands. So, okay, so there's shortcut display text. Shortcut display text is equal to, let's rename this one more time. No, it's not. Okay, that's good. Shortcut display text, come back over here. Shortcut name is now becoming shortcut display text. And deactivate shortcut display text. And actually, I want to change this to now activate shortcut display text for the activate button, I think. Hold on. Oh, we got a slight problem. What you got?
What that? I think
gotta
possibly
go.
Surly's. Yeah, I do.
Rory's sending you one link.
It's not.
It's like
Mark
mine.
says we got a problem. Rory says I gotta go. It's not the follow-up you really need in that case.
It's okay, Rory.
Sorry, bud.
No, you're good. You're
Same
good.
time tomorrow, though.
You're always bringing positive. Yeah, we're gonna hit that button tomorrow. We're gonna.
If you like.
We're gonna take the lead.
We're gonna take the Google pill, not blue.
We're gonna take the red pill. We're gonna
Red pill,
throw the
maybe.
anchor over the edge and put the engines in full.
Yeah, just be sure that anchor's attached to the boat, right? Otherwise, we're just falling overboard with an anchor.
Surly says, I'm still laughing at my clip. Mark saying it. And Surly's not constrained by common sense. Yeah, I'm not offended by it at all. I know it's totally true. Yeah, you're not constrained by those things. Right.
Fair enough.
Able to break
All right,
right
bud.
through convention. All right, buddy. We will see you, Roy.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
All right.
See you then.
Bye. Surlybot's right up there. Thanks so much, Roy. That's awesome. Got some music playing here. Let me know if that music's too loud. We got a slight problem here, is that we would need to create two shortcuts from one shortcut DTO. Feature from DTO. No wait. We're not. This is the feature we're creating here. Hold on. We're good. We're good. We want to. Okay. We're going to go in and we'll get it. Activate shortcut display text. Deactivate shortcut display text. I need a deactivation time. Insert one left. Deactivation time. Like that. Here's my deactivation time. Deactivation time for, where are we? Wild shape is one BA, one bonus action. Okay, let's add deactivation time to my feature DTO. There's activation time, duplicate that, paste, come up to activation time, hit the tab key, find everywhere it occurs. There it is right there. Duplicate that, paste. Good. Let's drill into that. Duplicate line. Good. Coder's learning. Tab to next reference. Tab to next reference. Player action shortcut from feature. This is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. We're going to have to come back to here. Let me tap to index reference. That's the only place it is. Okay, I'm going to swap markers. Jump back, swap markers again. Okay, I think we're going to actually, let's go jump to that marker, that top marker that we just dropped. Let's fix this now. I need to create two shortcuts here. How do I know whether I want to create it or not? If assign feature and feature requires player activation. So if it requires player activation, here we go. All right, so from feature, is it only called from there, please? Yes. All right, let's add a new parameter. I think I want it to be an enum. Hold on, let's create the enum first. Feature activation shortcut kind. Sorry, kids, I know it's long. And there's two kinds: activate and there's deactivate. Like that. Okay, that's going to be my new type, my activation shortcut kind, my shortcut kind, activation shortcut kind. That's what we call it. So come down here, add new parameter, like that. Okay, and now we're going to pass in we'll get to that. Privilege can help me get out of there. Pop it up here. Get it to its own file. Cool. Jumping back. All right, there we go. And then I want to grab the other one, the deactivate, and then I want to say, hey, if not null, then add. So I want to null out if deactivation is the way to get that we're going here on this. Oops, I forgot. I need to add it right there. Love that syntax highlighting there in Visual Studio. They're telling me I hadn't used it. Super useful. Okay, from feature, let's go in and make that work. Activation shortcut kind. So if activation shortcut kind is equal to deactivate. Sorry. And I'm going to require that this field right here, this field must be non-empty if a deactivation shortcut is required or useful. We've got exit wild shape is there. Okay, so if the activation shortcut is deactivate and the feature dot do not have the field in yet. I've not done that. Deactivate shortcut display text. I think I need to add that. Let's add that in next. There we go. Duplicate this line, paste that in. Tab the next reference, duplicate. That. Tab the next reference anywhere else. Okay, that's it. Bring in this. And let's drill in. Duplicate. Oops. Enter, paste, like that. Coder's got it already. Let's tab the next reference here. We're good there. Nope. Here's the other place. So here's where we want to basically say, hey, if that is if that's empty or white space, then we're going to return null. Okay, so we're going to almost always return null except for if we've specified text there. Then I think what we want up here is we want to say display text. And that's going to be equal to, hold on. Display text is equal to feature dot deactivate shortcut display text. Else feature is equal to activate shortcut display text. Okay, good. The other piece we need to know is the time. Not seeing where the time is here. Activation time right there. Okay, so we need to nail that. So that's a turn part. So we'll come up here. We need to create a new variable type turn part. Execution time.
Exactly.
And then we'll come down here. We're going to add braces here, and we'll add braces here. And we're going to say execution time is equal to feature dot deactivation time. Come on. And this time is this one down here is equal to activation time. Okay, cool. Next, the part is going to equal that. The display text is going to go here and here. Okay, so we go there and here. Okay. Retro CRT is here. Welcome, Retro CRT. Yeah, Retro Surly Dev has cloned himself. He's got 2 drones he's flying around, or at least was. I don't see him right now. I need a super surly SWAT. I need like a homing beacon kind of thing. If I wasn't so much into this D&D coding, I'd be, revising this thing right here. Kind of interesting. Yeah. Revising in what way? Well, like having like little bots that kind of slowly follow you, and if you don't move, they hit you and home you. They get you, making your battery drain, so you have to go fly through power-ups. And I was totally imagining this, giant oversized gun, right? Ability to like grab that and take that and have that, like buy it with coins or something, and blow up other drones. Just crazy stuff. That's kind of what I was playing with in my head. All right, so I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, I saw you were in the zone. Almost didn't want to interrupt. No worries, Retro CRT. I'm like, I'm not sure, but I feel like I'm kind of on the edge of being in the zone. We've got like 5 or 6 different loose ends we're trying to all clean up. So I think that's pretty cool right there. Add feature shortcut 4. The only thing here is feature requires activation. Yeah, requires player activation. I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so now what do we have to do? What's our loose end now? Deactivate shortcut, the deactivation time. We've nailed both of those. I'm almost feeling we got a shot of this compiling and running. Let's see what trouble we're in. This is the problem when you have like several loose ends you're maintaining in your head at once. If you forget one, it's, oh, here's my bug, let's fix it. Here's my bug, let's fix it. It's way better if you don't forget them. We've already downloaded the Druid table. There's the feature. Just in case, I'll re-download the players. We got Druidic and Wild Shape there. Step through that, see what happens. Players. There we go. And let's run. So if this works, we're going to get a button to enter Wild Shape and another button to exit Wild Shape after we enter it. And it'll automatically go away. Oh, shoot, there's something I know we didn't do. We are going to get a problem when we try to enter the... I think we'll get a button to say enter Wild Shape, but I think we're going to have a problem when we actually click it because... Yeah, we called add timer and remove timer. We don't have those yet. We need to build those. Let's see if we get the button in at least when we refresh the initialized player data. No. I don't see it. I'm expecting to see enter Wild Shape showing up here. Let's see if we figure out why we're not getting a button. Set a breakpoint here. Alright, let's put a condition on the breakpoint. Cornelia. Let's hit run. Okay, good. What's the feature name? What? What's going on? Know this? Oh, I'm in static. Hold on. I'm sorry, I want to be down here. I did not get down there. Let me undo. I love this, by the way, about Visual Studio. Undo right here undoes my condition with all the code I typed in there. Really well thought out, nicely done. Right? When I discovered that, I was super happy about that. One more time, initialize player data. Why aren't we getting any features for her? Only one. Name is Druidic. We only got one feature for her. Okay, so we need to kind of figure that out. Are you saying, hey buddy, to me, Karen?
Hey, buddy. Are you my buddy? Are you watching?
Sure, why not? Yeah. Just hamper my creativity. Just destroy it. Just step on an artist.
I
Why don't you? Surly Dev's got his bot that he built over here.
He built that bot?
Yeah. So he basically, I don't know where he's controlling it, and he's yeah.
How did his bot get on your screen?
Huh?
How did his bot get on your screen?
Well, I give people the ability to launch drones from within there, and he built a bot that duplicates the commands, and I have a feeling he's probably, hitting buttons or somewhere to fly them around, and they're just following each other like that. It's really kind of cool, actually. Okay, why didn't we get that second bit of data? I don't get that. Why didn't wild shape come in? Let's see if we figure that out. I'm just gonna clear data again. Get to my breakpoint. Clear features only one. Okay, so let's figure out why that's the case. I would imagine that's where we're needing to stop first. The dog is a little whiny, not gonna lie. All right, let's do one other thing. Let's go into conditions and let's copy that. Let's run. Did I get the other breakpoint in? I think I did. Let's try again. See if I can get that other breakpoint. I did. Conditions. Who is this character right now, by the way? Ever coming in with Rogue? Not the one we want. All right, here we go. Why the DTO only has Druidic in here? Why is that? Let's look at the call stack. Load data. Yeah, that's a direct load. It should actually get much longer. It should not get that. Why is that not getting it? Is it because the CSV is saved? That doesn't make sense. Like cached out? It should totally get wild shape. Oh wait, hold on. My bad. It was totally fine. My data was wrong. I forgot that I thought it was modifying Cornelia, and I was not. Let's save this one more time. So Silly Dev says, oh no, I'm typing these commands in 2 browser windows. Oh, okay. Really? But I am going to build a chat client that will let me fly more than 2 drones on a single set of commands. Combine that with a Stream Deck so you can just hit the buttons to fly it around. Yeah, effortless fun. Okay. One more time. You should get one. They're really cool. All right, initialize player data. Now we got those features, I bet. Okay, wild shape. Yeah, I was just looking on the wrong player. Set a breakpoint here, see if we get to this deactivation piece. Nice, we do. So there's the deactivation there that we got. Not in wild shape, so good. Although I just realized here Available when. We've got a problem here with available when. If we're in deactivate, what I want to do is this. I want to say, hey, look, if not string dot is null or white space available when, then available when is equal to available when is equal to that. Not of it. Okay? So that's going to inverse the logic on whatever expression is in there. Then we're going to, whoops, there it is right down there. Available when is equal to available when. So because we need to be the opposite of availability because it's the deactivation. Okay. All right. So now we need to come back to wherever we are. Your execution point. We need to come back up here and get a different one. I just realized this is editing continue at a low level. We need to restart the app. Let's restart it. When I do edit and continue on those low level DLLs, they do not work well. Let's do a test close from the chat room. Then my drone army will swarm Roy. Initialize player data. Alright. Cornelia.
Equals bitch.
Do we have a button? Uh-oh. Okay. In wild, not in wild shape. Is the expression it doesn't know. Why not? Is it because of the syntax? It's right here. Did I not send out properties? Let's do this for a second now. Let's open with Notepad. Let's see, does it already have it? Looks like it does not. I'm try and drag it over to this monitor. No, my bad. So I didn't send it out. All right, fair enough. Okay, so properties, save. Yes, that should take care of the first part of it. For an exception, nice. The app is saying here's the unknown. Cool, nice, useful information. Run. Getting the error message again. Run. Okay, that's it. Let's go to reinitialize now with the new data. Let's see if we get through it. Nope. Why is that the case? Oh, I bet I know why. Because properties are not, on initialized data, properties are not reloaded. Only the main files that are likely to change are reloaded. Properties, I think, are not. They're loaded once by the engine. So let's try again. Start it up.
Big love nuts!
Okay, initialize player data. This I'm expecting to get through without the error. This gets through, but then we switch to Cornelia. Nice, no errors this time. Enter wild shape. Right there. Okay, cool. One of the other things I want to do though, let's go back to the feature. I think there's a description column at the end. Yep, right there. Description. Just want to grab the wild shape description. Copy that and put it in here. Just so we get that'll give us a hint over when I hover over it in the app right here. So when we click on this, I'm expecting, if everything's working, I'm expecting this to go away and exit wild shape to show up in the bonus actions. That's what we want to have happen. Actually, that's what we want. But I just realized when I click it, we're going to get this other error because guess who is not implemented part of the functionality needed for wild shape? We have not added an add timer or a remove timer function yet. We need to do that because we need to be able to add a timer, and that timer is going to be able to execute this function when it's done. That's what we wanted to do. Cool. And that function is over here in the functions, which I don't recall if I've exported or not, but let's just double check it. Send those functions out. Okay. All right, so we need to add timer and remove timer. Let's go and trigger those errors so we can see them. Click in here, that should trigger the error. Add timer is unknown. All right, let's kill the app. All right, let's go into, I don't know, something like this. Let's select this whole thing, duplicate it. We're going to call this add timer. Add timer. So there's my add timer function. I can just hit escape right now and Coder will clear all of the fields for me. That's for duplicate selection. Let's hit the Coder key here, move from type to file. Okay, so this is the evaluate that's coming in here. We need how many args for this thing? 3 args. A name, a number of seconds, and a function to call. Okay, so there we're expecting 3 args. Hold on. I need to make sure that we need to differentiate multiple timers. There could be 2 druids, and there are in fact 2 druids in this game. So that means we need to specify their first name. That's how we're going to differentiate, because we're not going to allow 2 characters to have the same first name. So we're going to need to evaluate this string right here. So we're going to say, what is it? Expressions dot get str. This. Let me just tap the next reference here through the code. Yep, that's exactly how I'm using it. Let's copy all of that. So that's going to give us back the timer name. With that, the number of seconds, duration is equal to, duration maybe seconds, is equal to expressions, whoops, dot, and we're going to evaluate this as well. Get int on args of 2, args of 1. And sorry, we're going to pass in the rest of the values as well. Okay? And then function to call is going to simply be equal to args of 2. just realized function to call has got to be in quotes. Because otherwise it's going to try and call the function to try to evaluate it. Okay, so I made a change here. Let's save that. Excellent. All right. Next, we're going to say player dot game dot add timer dot clock dot add timer. Come on, where's my add alarm? I've got a clear alarm, create alarm. Create alarm. Okay. I need some checking here, right here. Players know, let's get out. All right, create alarm. Time from now. From seconds, duration seconds. Cool. The name of the timer, sweet, timer name. The player. The data is going to be function to call. Okay, let's get a local on that. Then we're going to come in and say D&D alarm dot alarm fired. We're going to tab on that. Let's do test close here. Show that our kids. Okay, when that's fired, then we need to do something with that. And the code is, I think, going to look like this: ea.alarm.data. We want to cast that as a string, so we're going to say function to call equal to this as a string. I'm going to just type in CS right here, and that'll give me that. And then I want to say expressions dot do. That's the version of evaluate. Function to call. I think I actually want to call get stir on it because it's going to remove the quotes for me. Otherwise, we're going to have the quotes on it if I just take this straight piece of it. And it's just an easy, fast way for me to remove the quotes by calling expression.getStir. When I say easy and fast, it's like that line of code. I'm not talking about performance-wise. There's my function to call. Okay, so there's add timer, I think. Let's selection increase, shift enter to duplicate that selection. And I think the other piece is clear timer or remove timer. Probably remove timer is what I think I called it. Let's come down here. It's only going to have one arg. Timer name. Then we're going to say player.game.clock remove alarm and pass in the alarm name. I don't need this anymore. Just the name. That's all I think I need. So let's extract this to its own, move this to its own file. Set a breakpoint here. Whoops. I got the name wrong. Add timer, and I want the other one to be remove timer. All right, we got a shot of this working. Let's hope it does. Karen's got to teach a class in 20 minutes. Which means I got to be quiet. Add timers there, remove timers there. All right. Let's make sure we got the latest here. And run.
Big love nuts!
Besides player data. Okay. Cornelia.
Yeah.
Inner wild shape. Should get some breakpoints now. Cool. Let's see what we get. Got 3 arguments. The timer name. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Why didn't we get first names? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Hold on. I'm just going to run it. What do we get? Druid wild shape hours. Druid wild shape hours. Did I forget that? Let's kill it. See what I did. Properties. Wait, hold on. Bushwhacker. I can't wait to get a stream deck as well, sort of that. But I need a webcam first. And stupid Corona to finish so I can get my keyboard. Okay, hold on. What was our problem? It was Druidic hours, I think. Druid wild shape hours. Or do I want to? Maybe I want to. Let's do this. Let's make it 2. 2. What's going on? It's over on the right side. All right, cool. Druid wild shape hours is 2. Let's create something else here. Seconds per minute. It's equal to 60. And let's come in here and say seconds per hour. And make that equal to seconds per minute times 60. Okay. So we can say wild shape hours. 2. All right, so now we're going to go over, this is the piece I wanted to get here, seconds per hour. That's going to go back over to features, and so we're going to multiply this by seconds per hour. Okay, so Druid wild shape hours times second per hour, so that's how many seconds in the timer. Download this. Got 16 minutes to make this work, kids. No pressure. Download this. Good. I thought this would take longer, to be honest. I was like, thought it might be an all-week kind of thing, but I feel like we're getting pretty close to getting the essence of this done. If it works. Is there something else I needed to get? I think I only made changes to those two sheets right there.
Lady McLovenuts!
All right. Initializing player data. What is going on here? Unity players? Did I destroy some data in players? Got a header right there of name. Is this reproducible? Let's kill it a second. I don't get that. That looks good. That header should definitely be there. Name is there. Hope I didn't. Did I misread the error message? I don't know. Let's try it again. Initialize player data. Not reproducible. What was up with that? Weird.
Cornelia Wicklespit!
Okay, enter wild shape. Come our breakpoints. Okay, we'll look at it as we go down. Timer name. Oh, I forgot to fix that. Hold on. Features. I need a $sign right here. Right there. Cool. And I needed a $sign here too as well. For removing the timer. Just figure that out. Let's download comma separated values. Let's replace it. Let's just run. And let's initialize player data one more time. Check it out, we lost our connection with the stream. Inner wild shape. Now what do we get here? Timer name. Cornelia's Druid wild shape. Nice. Duration seconds. 7,200. Nice. 2 hours. Function to call is exit wild shape without extra quotes inside it, which we would have had if we look at just args of 2. I think you're going to see an extra set of quotes. Yeah, see those right there? We cleared those out. So those are gone. Let me give you a test close, see if that's going to work for me here. Can I close it from the chat room? Okay. Here we go. We're going to create a new alarm clock. Hook in our fired. Nice. And return null. Sweet. Looks like add timer appears to have worked. Bonus action. Exit wild shape. Let's add an hour. It's up to 2 hours we get. Whoa, wait. Shoot. I was doing this wrong. Hold on. Here. My Druid shape hours isn't 2. It needs to be level of Druid. I'm going to call have on level of Druid. Because there's a thing in Dungeons and Dragons where you, or half of maybe, just half. I like the spelling of that better than have with a V. So half. There's a thing in Dungeons & Dragons where you cut half the data. It's always round down. So you're looking for an integer of that. So we're going to need to create a new function called half. Let's do that. How much time do we have? Only 11 minutes. That's plenty of time, right, kids?
Oh my God.
Just relax, Karen. It's all going to work out. What should we do with this method, Karen? Should we refactor it?
I think you should definitely clean that up.
Clean that code up? Yeah, refactor it. She's right. She's always right. Okay, so we need to create a new function, and this one's going to be a super simple one. It's going to be called half, like this. This is the beauty of this architecture, right? It's so fast and easy to do this. Providing my fingers hit the right keys. All right, so we don't need this, and we're expecting arguments here, just one. And we're going to get, are we looking for an int? Maybe let's get a, I think there's a get double right there. We'll get the double on that arg of 1, the first arg. Let's return a double right here, like that. But half is going to return a, we want to say return math.floor of duration seconds divided by 2. Like that, but we're going to call this value instead of duration seconds. And that's it. So nice, quick, simple function to cut things in half, a D&D halving function. Cool. Save that. Let's put a breakpoint in here so we verify that we're actually hitting it, and run. And did I get it right? Half the level of the druid. Is that right? Did I look at, let's look at the D&D in here. You can, how many hours? You can stay in beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level. Okay, I want to do this too. I want to go into the data, and I want to go into the feature, wild shape, and I want to come out here to the description. There it is. And I want to say this. I want to put the whole thing in quotes. We're going to evaluate it. And instead of saying you can stay in wild shape for a number of hours, equal to half your druid level rounded down, we're going to come in here and we're going to say what's it called, the property we just added? Druid wild shape hours. Okay, back to features. Pop that in there for this many hours. And I think I've also got a plural function. It takes 3 parameters. Pretty sure, plural. First parameter is going to say is wild shape hours, and then we're going to say, can I do this here? How do I do plural? It's in the spells. I use it all over the place in spells. Yep, the string. Oh, but I don't have a string on the outside. I see what's going on. Like that. Okay, so we need to do that and that there. So if it's singular, we're going to put in hour, and if it's plural, we're going to put in hours. So if that works. Like that. And I think I also have, hold on, there's a reference section here. Okay, all right. Let's go back to features. Let's throw that out there and see what sort of problems we have, if it works. Okay, features. 6 minutes, kids. 6 minutes and we're out. Let's reload the data. Anybody getting nervous that I might be blabbing during your show?
Better not be.
Got 6 minutes to end the show, kids.
Fifth graders fucking-
Cornelia Wicklespit.
Okay, what do we got? Characters missing in an expression. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, so that didn't work. That syntax did not work. All right, so I'm going to give up on that. I'm going to give up on that and maybe try that again later. So instead we're going to say, oh, yeah, I didn't need the dollars in there. For this many, we're going to say hours. I'm going to do it this way for now. Okay, let's try that. Download, come separated values. Five minutes. Run. Let's see who else is out there streaming. Talk about who we're going to raid to.
Lady.
Okay, initialize player data.
Cornelia Wicklespit.
You can stay in B shape for 2 hours. That's not right. I need to call half on that. Three minutes. Initialize player data. A lot of good choices out there. I'm going to send you over to RHYMU 8354. Here's the half call. Two. Nice. Okay. Then we're going to call floor and value, getting back to 1. Sweet. Half is working. Now we can hover over this. There you go. You can stay in beast shape for 1 hour. So I'm going to say enter wild shape. And now we should see there, exit wild shape is there. Over on the left, we see in wild shape is true. Here, let me show it to you. I'll move it over so you can see it. Right there, in wild shape is true. Nice. Good. 2 minutes to go. I'm going to start the raid while we look at the rest of this. Let's advance by an hour and see if we're good or not. If I advance by an hour, exit wild shape should be gone and inner wild shape should be over here. Also notice, look, automatically the rechargeable, we took one away already, right? The whole engine seems to be working well for us. Exit wild shape. Whoops. Okay. Oh, that's a bug. Let's fix that. We can get that tomorrow. No worries. Not a worry on that. That's not a big deal. Let's go in one more time though. Let's exit wild shape didn't get us out of it though. Didn't deactivate.
That's a bug.
Yeah, it didn't deactivate. Let's add an hour though, and let's see what happens. I bet that goes away. Does the timer work? No. Oh wait. Yes. No. Variable exit wild shape unknown. I know what to do. I know what to do on that. I know what the fix is. It is in features, wild shape. It's here. In add timer, pretty sure that's what we need to do. Just parens. Whoops, you can't see it. Just parens happening right there. There's exit wild shape. Let's try one more time. I got no more time left. Are you starting the show? Have you started? I got 1 o'clock on here. Yeah. As soon as Kieran starts talking, I'll stop. And we'll get out of here. But I think I can test it in time. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. I got to start it up. Oh, looks like my raid already took place. All right.